Hi everyone, it's Kathy the Backyard Stamper, and tonight I am going to be showing you some more Halloween goodies to make, and not the kind that you eat though, too bad. But yeah, so because there's a really great bunch of products that you can use. Hey Debbie, I just sent you a messenger too with the information you asked for, so we can talk after I get done here, okay? So let me just make sure that I am live on my devices. So hold on one moment. Awesome. All right. So I'm sorry, I look like a wreck. I'm going to flip the camera down because I can't stand it. All right, so I didn't even get to finish my projects today. So I was working today, and then my mom came over, so I got out of work early, and we went to the farm to get some onions, and then we made pickles this afternoon, and it was very busy. So then my dad came over, but he took a nap in the chair, so my mom and I went in my bedroom, and we laid down on the bed and watched Disney movies, and we both fell asleep. So it was kind of a crazy day, but I was very happy that she came over to help me get my pickles done. And then I went to go put them in the refrigerator because I make refrigerator pickles, and my shelf was dirty, so I wiped that up, and oh, I see it's dirty under the glass. I take the glass out. Oh, the whole tray is dirty. I take the whole refrigerator tray out, and then the two drawers, and it's like, oh my gosh, now I'm cleaning my refrigerator. I really did not want to have to do that. So we're going to be finishing my box, and we'll be making this card. I literally just got it done and stuck the glue on. So I'll show you. I actually cut out the doorway. I'm not sure if I like it. I don't know if it was worth the trouble, but it's different. So hey, that's what I'm going for. And then this is just a regular box, and using designer paper as your lid. We'll decorate it with the ephemera pack that comes with the DSP, and I think that will look great. So the products that I'm using is this Spooky Sweet Designer Series paper, and I've used quite a bit of it, so I'm not sure how much I have left to show you. But this page here is some tags and doodads, and then we've got two of these sheets here that the Scan and Cut cuts these out really good, and that's another tag sheet. And then the back side has orange and gray. And let's see, I merged a couple packages together. So we've got this window sheet with spooky eyes and kitty cats and bats, and that's got like an orange on the back. And then I have this, so this one is a scene builder, and this is what we're using tonight, is this part right here. And the back side's that beautiful petunia pop. Ooh, I love that. And then this we're going to be using for the box. So, and it's got like spooky black and gray on the back. Hey Debbie, hey Susie, thank you so much for coming on. So I'll go ahead and show you how easy this box is to make, and then don't let me forget, I want to show you the treat boxes that we offer too. And I'm going to make these for my co-workers at work. You get 15, I have 18, so I have 2 packs, and that will give me enough to give my peeps that come to my in-person classes, or my parents, or whoever. So yeah, and then I kept saying last time, don't let me forget to show you this die. So this die, I don't know if you can see the detail on it. It comes, it cuts out like that, and it is from the Spooky Halloween bundle. So one of the dies in there is this tag looking die, and it scores a line here for you, and it cuts out the bat except for like on the base. And so you have like, you can leave it flat like that, or if you fold on the score line, it makes a little tag topper for like a treat bag or some little you know, like a small treat bag with a couple of the what am I trying to say, the Hershey nuggets that are wrapped or something. So hey Kim, how you doing? And Stephanie, thanks for popping on. Kim, I promise I had my projects in my mind before I watched your YouTube last night. I said, oh boy, great minds think alike. This suite is just so fun to use. So that's what this little bat tag does. And I thought that was great. I forgot to show you that last time. So, all right. And let me just show you quick some of the other cards I've made with this, because this is such a fun little bundle. And this was made with mostly the designer paper and just some petunia pop and some black for the bats. And I've got my little scary hippo who is so cute, and the treat bag that I embossed with an old spiderweb embossing. And the rest of it is just really the ephemera. And some little, a panel card. Oh, I didn't even finish that one. And then I have a couple of slimline cards that I made. And this is really the ephemera. So the fence was die cut, the bats were die cut. The rest is the ephemera and the spooky stars here that come in the bundle. So really fun. And I love the sentiments too. No tricks, all treats. Give it to me. So, all right. So we're going to be working on this one. I can't seem to get my coloring the way I want for... I like the way this guy came out, but my kitty cat, I should have just made the whole thing orange and maybe the striped gray. So we'll have to fix that up. But let's start with the box. Okay, so I've got my scoring tool, and what I'm using is this piece here. Actually, this piece and that piece. So let me see here. This is 5.5 by 6. Let me just check my measurement sheet here. Like I said, I was really running around at the last minute today, and I just wasn't quite ready. Okay, so the box bottom is made of cardstock, and that measures 7 by 6.5. And we're going to score that at 1.5 on all 4 sides. So 1.5. Let's switch to the small stylus. All 4 sides. Good for you. Stephanie said she made 8 or 9 of the mystery stamping cards. Were they the ones from the last time, or the ones that I showed you that make the little box on the end? This one here. And then the flip inside flippy. And then my lid is 6 1/16 by 5 9/16. So I measured that on my trimmer because that goes to the 16ths. And we're going to just score that at 1 inch. And when you're scoring on your designer paper, you want to try to remember to use the fatter tip of your stylus and not the skinnier one. I use this one on my cardstock. So 1 inch all the way around. All right, and that is as easy as that. Let me move that out of the way. Okay, now to make your box, let me grab a bone folder. Oh, great. That's awesome, Steph. I love that you use that. And they are fun, that's for sure. And I'm going to fold it back the other way because I just realized I folded it. You know, usually you keep the bump on the inside. So, okay. So I scored that. Let's score this one while we've got it right here. So I'm just scoring on my scoring lines. All right. So I'm having another live auction on Saturday night, 7:30 Eastern time, to finish my destash, hopefully, and we'll see where we're at. And then I told my husband I would give it a rest for a little bit because it's almost like you make a mess to get rid of your mess. So we've lived with boxes of stamps and paper and all sorts of things on our couches, the kitchen table, the floor. It's really been kind of a little tornado here. And you know, we're getting into fall and it's going to start getting busier, and I just really need to kind of pick it up for a little bit. I think what I might do though is I'm hoping that if my destash goes well, then I will be back on with some handmade products as time goes on, and then do my destash, you know, every couple of months. Yeah. So Kim is the paper chef, and she is the one that referred me to the live auction. And what I'm doing here first is I am cutting on the score lines and I'm mitering out the so it folds up a little bit nicer and comes together. So Kim referred me as a seller, and that meant she got $100 for because I became a seller on her referral. So that was pretty nice. And so if anybody's interested in being a seller here, I'll be glad to send you my referral link. I think I sent a couple of you it already. I know I've sent you the buyer link, where if you go in on the link I sent, you will get a $15 coupon. And so let me know, but it is a lot of fun. And the only thing I will say is the people on there are definitely, it's Whatnot, yes. The people on that site are definitely looking for deals. So if you're trying to get closer to the retail price, that's not going to be the site for you. So, but it does destash. So, all right, so now I'm going to put my tear and tape on, and what I like to do is I flipped my box over so that this is going to come to the inside. So make your little equal signs with it. And Kim, Debbie had a question about the scan and cut mat too. She's got a CM350 model, not the 125. And when she ordered her mats, Amazon sent her the 125 mat, not the CM350 mat. So she's just wondering, is there a hack to use it? To still be able to use it. So. Alright, so I've got that, and then I did the same thing here. So what I want to do is when I make my box, I want this to tuck in. to the flap, so it makes your corners nice. So flip it upside down and put on your equal signs. And I love tear and tape for boxes. It's so awesome. I can remember when we had sticky strip, which was the red tear and tape, but you had to cut it. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't able to be torn. Not terrible as in blah blah. But yeah, so this was this is a game changer. I still have rolls of the red sticky tape though, because it does work really good too. All right, so my tear and tape application's done. Let's burnish all of them. And when you burnish your tear and tape, it peels off a lot nicer. And let me just grab my take your pick tool. It's so hot here, and because I was out running around and then in the kitchen canning, of course it's always the hottest day when you do canning. So, but it was fun to have my mom here helping. I always appreciate her help. The best part though was when we laid down and took a nap together. So, all right. So I'm going to take my stick. I know people do all four edges at the same time. You know, I just don't like to do that. I'm going to be slow pokey, but I just don't want to have the tape stick in the wrong place. See, I love the community that we have of stampers, because you can ask questions and get help on something completely different than you know, making a box. But like I said, this scan and cut really cuts out the those two sheets of the hand sketched guys really well. Alright, so that's the bottom of my box. I like making with cardstock because it is sturdier than just a DSP box, but you know, if you're trying to get rid of DSP, make it all with DSP. And you just, this is why you want to have your corners or your side folds burnished really well, is because you want to be able to fold them up lickety split. Oh, that is so fun, Stephanie. I wanted chickens here, and my husband said, absolutely not. No, I think it's great. Debbie, this is exactly what I love, this community. We can chat and help each other on all of our stamping, craft making projects. I don't mind at all that you're chatting away. So never think that. I love the engagement on the channel. Oh, Susie, you are going to love the scan and cut. And the Papered Chef has hundreds of scan and cut videos. That's what got me on it. Okay, so there's your box. And what I like about this box is the bottom was, you know, a taller dimension. So it, you see that beautiful petunia pop. I love that. All right, let's decorate it with some of our ephemera. Let's see here. Of course, my tape on my package is sticking. Okay, so we've got, you could do something like that. You could do the hippo. I've used the hippo a lot. Maybe we'll give him a little rest. How about a tree with the pot underneath it? That looks kind of good. We can do the poison bottle with the Spidey on it. Ooh, I almost like that with the tree. And then we've got some bats, and we've got candy corn that can be hanging from the tree. So I think I am going to do something like that. So we'll punch out. The tree is rather big for a card front. So with the box, see, you can have it hang off if you want, and that's fine. Oh, good. I'm glad you like the bottle. I actually used it on my card too. So when you're doing your adhesive on your tree, just remember, if you're going to have it hang off, don't put your adhesive all the way to the edge. So I'm doing something like that. And then I'm going to use dimensionals for the bottle. I love this petunia pot. I'm telling you that I am going to be so sad when the end of this year when that one gets retired. But you never know, they might, it's very popular, so you don't know, it might just stay in. So on the ephemera, they do have kind of a lot of white border. So I'm just going to trim my bottle down, or the decal for the bottle, just a little bit so that I can, when I go put it down, it's not quite as bad. So Kim will also be having a live auction. Hers is going to be tomorrow. Hi Christina, thanks for popping on. But hers is going to be tomorrow on the Whatnot channel, so check hers out. Because, you know, we all have stuff, but it doesn't mean we have the same stuff. So it's great. All right, so now my poison bottle is on. That looks so cute, my little box. And it's a good size, so you'll be able to fit anything. I've got gummy bears, I've got a gift card. I bought a bunch of gummy bears, so I'm just going to show you how many will fit. So you can put the gummy bears in, see it, and because it's nice and deep, you've got lots of room. I would probably put some shreddy in there to help take up some of the room. And then, like, if you wanted to use a gift card, do I have one handy? I don't, but my business card is about the same size as a gift card, so see how that will fit in there too. So you can use these measurements for any time of the year to make boxes. It's lovely. And if you wanted to make them for a 3D swap, if you're going to a Stampin' Up event, then they just keep them flat until you get there, and then you can go ahead and put them on. I forgot to put my my candy corn on, so let's do that. Oops. I opened the drawer and now it's stuck. I still never found my piggy dies, so I did end up ordering a new set, which of course will mean that I will find my old set. And that's okay. I love the pigs. So I'm just going to throw some candy corn in the tree, and I've got some more in here. And I love that these were punch outs, because I really don't like to cut out things that are quite that small. So we'll just do like 5 candy corns in the tree. My mom came in my stamping room and she said, "Where do I put these scissors? Because it's a mess." Oh boy. She was not lying. She's probably watching watching tonight. All right, so there's my little decorated tree. Remember at Easter you hang the Easter eggs on your tree outside, the little plastic ones, so if you do that. Yes, so Susie, on the Whatnot channel, if you go in there and do a, you know, it says who, you know, what are you searching for, and you can just look for Papered Chef, because Kim kept everything with her Papered Chef name, like I kept everything with my Backyard Stamper name, so that was good to do. But who knew, you know, when I was first playing around with it, you know, I took whatever name they gave me and then I changed it afterwards. So. All right, so let's work on the card. This was my second box, so we'll put that aside so I can decorate it. Now the card, I'm going to do a petunia pop base, and I have my white inside, and then I'm going to use that piece of the die cut, here it is, the scene builder. So what I did was I used my paper trimmer to cut out the doorway, and I'll show you how I did that. And I thought it came out pretty good. Where's my card? Because it does give you some dimension, like here's the sidewalk and the kitty cat's coming out of the house. These guys are on the sidewalk saying, come on, come on. Stephanie, I have a huge deck, and I sit out there and stamp, but what I really do is look at the catalog outside, because that's fun. Okay, so I took my scene builder. The scene builder measures, when you just cut it off the DSP, 5 1/4 by 4. Yay, right? That's a perfect size for a card front. And I'm just going to lay it in the track and put my blade down. You can see there's a little nick on the blade top and a little side nick, so you can see where you're going. So that's the side. So see how I did that? And instead of cutting the whole thing out, I could just use that. So let me see what that looks like before we go ahead and cut everything out again. I have a guy here, little girl. Okay, here's my puppy dog. And I thought I had a girl also cut out. Oh, I do. So I made a, I put them all on the same, I put 2 on the same block, and then stamped I did my long block and stamped a 1/4 sheet of cardstock and cut a bunch out like that. All right, so we've got that. And so my kitty cat, ooh, look at that. I can do it like that. And I can still pop the cat up. I think I'll do that, because that was kind of a pain. And I don't know if I really got my money's worth, you know, from cutting the whole thing out. And cutting a slit like that is something that you're more likely to do. You're not going to cut, you know, unnecessarily. Okay, so I've got scrap paper. So let's color our little guys here. Now, this time I'm going to color my cat orange. I'm using Timid Tiger. And then I have Smoky Slate for the stripe. And then I like the way my Frankie dog came out as a lemon lime twist. And cat on a wobble. I know I can't find my wobble springs and I keep forgetting to order them. Oh, why does stuff disappear in my stamp room? All right, so let's do the kitty cat. I'm going to color the kitty cat orange. And we'll leave the face, the stripe, for a different color, maybe the gray. On my sample card, I did a horrible job coloring because I was literally, it was 2 minutes till 7. So I was like, just slap it down. Yes, when you use my buyer's referral link, Susie, you can spend that at anybody's store. So it's great that, you know, you can go in with who sent you the link, but you can spend it anywhere. And, you know, again, you don't have to worry about it like upsetting me if you spend it at Kim's store. That's perfectly wonderful. So, all right, so here's my gray stripe face. I think that does look better. Okay. And then I want to add some green stripes up here. Okay, and then I'm going to do green and purple on the boots, or her stockings, or really, what are they, right? And where's my petunia pop? I got a lot of colors out here, so I just took the colors from the designer paper. All right, so now if the cat is up against the house, like so, I could use some green, but then Frankie's gonna have the green. I could put the Frank on this side, and I'm okay with it covering that pumpkin there. And then I had the dancing bird on top of the pumpkin, but I could have him down on the sidewalk, so like that. Okay, so I'm going to add some green to the kitty cat this time. I'll just do it on that skirt. I don't remember what Deb got. I hope she does. This is lemon lime twist, by the way, not granny apple green, so that's good. And then if I put that there, I'm gonna do some flirty flamingo on the coat, because it looks a little bit like the petunia pop, but it's not, when they're next to each other, it's not going to be close, but for this purpose it gives you the look, but without overusing my petunia pop, you know what I mean? And I think that was the dark, so maybe I want to come in with the little shadows here from my petunia pop, because I should have used the light flirty flamingo. So let's see here. That one needs to be sunk. So have you guys ever had your blends stick to the box, stick to the cap, so when you take them off it pulls the tip out too? That happened to me at one of my classes, and you know, I kept just shoving it in, and I told them don't worry about it because it wasn't like anybody there broke it, but I just wondered if I've tried gluing that and it doesn't hold, so I just wondered if anybody else has found a hack for that. All right, so let's put this on our card base. So I have that and that. And I'm going to go ahead and take this part down. I popped that part up last time, so I'm doing it slightly different, and you guys can tell me which one you like. If you accidentally roll your tape too far, then you can just fold it back. make it behave. I mean, that's a cute card just like that. I love it. You are so kind. Christina said that the items she got at my auction will be there tomorrow, and she also bought from Kim and said that our heart is in crafting. Yay, it is really. I mean, this is why, you know, we do what we do. We're crazy about crafting, you know. I think it's fun and keeps me out of trouble. All right, so I'm going to slide the tail under the doorway a little bit of my kitty cat. So my kitty cat's standing in the doorway saying, wait, wait for me, wait for me. And I had a broom here that I had cut out. Let me see if it fell into my case. I found my candy corns. All right, well, I'll find the broom here somewhere. I know it's here. All right, and then for this guy, I'm just going to take it from the ephemera pack, but I'm going to give it a little haircut because it's got a lot of white space. The Hippo one looks good with the white space because he's a mummy, and the white just I feel like it's just continuing his wrappings. So, but some of these other ones, you know, with so much white space, it's not quite what I wanted. And I don't mind giving it a haircut. Fussy cutting for me, I love it. And I know that's weird, but if you, the trick to fussy cutting is to just hold your scissors still and turn your paper with your hand. So the only thing you're moving on your scissor hand is opening and closing the scissors when you need to. But other than that, you're doing all the turning. So you're not doing this with your hand because that's bothersome to your hand too. And this, it just goes so much faster because you're spinning your paper, and it's, for me, I like to do fussy cutting if I'm watching TV because it gives me a job to do when I'm for my crafting business, you know, but I get to like be out in the living room with hubby, so he's getting a little attention. Try this little tip, Susie, to the next time you go to fussy cut, and try just turning your paper and not move your scissors, because it really gives it a steadier hand too. So I'm going to put that one there, and I'm going to put this Frankie guy over here. So let's color him in. And I love this lemon lime twist color. So I did the light lemon lime twist all around him, on his face. Every time I say Frankie dog, Deb, I think of you. Just because of your last name. She's going to become a seller, I believe, as well, on Whatnot, using my link. And, you know, I was kind of scared and nervous and all that business the first time. But, you know, I had my stuff organized. That's the key. I had it in boxes by categories, and that made it easy. If you're just kind of going in and winging it, it can get a little hairy there. Okay, so I like to having a little pool party there because it just is a different color. Oh, I did the same thing as I did before. I forgot his neck. He needs a neck. Okay, and so that gives it some nice color that's not orange, purple, or lemon lime twist. And I'll do a little dark just to add just a little bit on the sleeves. And the X and under the chin. And we'll kind of do that. And then just kind of blend that in a little. Okay. And then for his shorts, I think I am going to go with the Timid Tiger. This is a really nice color orange too. You know, I mean, I of course always love pumpkin pie, but this is like almost like a truer orange. And I'm gonna just color it with, I guess that's a patch of, hold on a minute, I almost colored his patch dark or blue, and it just needs to be dark. There. Like so. And then I am going to give him some Granny Apple Green socks. Not Granny Apple Green, you know what I mean. You know what I mean, it's the lemon lime twist. Okay, and then I want a swirly, twirly, swirly, twirly popsicle. So yeah, I already had a shipping postal scale, and I had, you know, I already had my mailing system, but this platform does a lot for you. And I found doing the categories was easier than individual items, because if you're selling plain stamp sets, a case of stamps, no dies, then, and in my case, I had 100 of them that we went through. No dies, just a stamp set. But I knew what the weight was going to be, you know, on something like that. So I could just hit next, next, next. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do this little texturizing trick on my sidewalk. So let me grab a Post-it, or I can just use a piece of the scrap paper here. So what I thought was, it looks a little plain with just all that white or yellow, just plain yellow like that. Haha, thank you. Yeah, I think I said at the auction, I always wished I could be an auctioneer. That would have been so fun. So I'm just adding some texture here. And this little stamp came out of the Welcoming Garden kit that I'm doing my kit class on in a week. All right, so that, see how that just, that really adds a little something something. I don't know if you could see it. It does though. Okay, so this guy is going to get popped up. We are almost done. I want to show you the treat boxes though, so, because that's a good value to do 15 boxes. It gives you everything you need to make them spooky and sweet. All right, so if I do it a little bit like that, you can see the pumpkin, but I don't really mind that the pumpkin's getting covered up. So let's do that, and then we'll have this guy standing on top of the pumpkin, or we'll have the pumpkin peeking out behind. So like, see how they're, wait for me, and I don't know where my little broom is, but I'll find it after. And she had a broom in her hand, but you know what I can do instead? I'll just give her the little, oh, he needs that, the little, his little carrying case. So let me do that. I'm just giving it a little haircut. And we'll do our Timid Tiger for that one. This is the light Timid Tiger. It's pretty dark. But like I said, it's really a nice color orange. Okay, so that's the pumpkin for that one. And we'll put that right in his hand with a half of a dimensional. They really did a nice job with the pieces on this, because his hand is perfectly waiting for his basket. So if you slide that kind of under, it's a perfect match. It looks like it's really in his hand. So I think I'm just going to give her a pumpkin too, since I can't find my broom, and that's okay. She wants candy. She doesn't care about a broom. Oh, she's got a little bucket there. All right, I'll just wait for my broom. All right, let's do the inside of the card, and we will call this card done. So I did that. So what I did was I put 2 stamps on the block, and it's the Happy Halloween and No Tricks, All Treats. So this photopolymer, the Happy Halloween, for some reason really likes to get the ink up in the nooks and crannies. So you gotta seriously tap, 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 and then you want to hold it from the outside. And that came out pretty good. And I'm going to just use my little marker to fix that, because I'm using Timid Tiger. I had something on my ink block. There. Nobody's the wiser. And then I'm going to put on my bottle again with my little Spidey. Sorry, Mom. My mom doesn't like spiders. I won't send you this card, though. Okay. So, lickety split to give that a haircut, and we'll add a little dab will do you. Thank you, guys. Yes, please hit the thumbs up. I appreciate that. And we'll add. I love that you guys are here tonight. This is great. All the chit chat. Love it. That actually helps the channel a lot. Because you're engaged and the algorithm sees that, so it will drive people to the channel afterwards and to watch the replay. I've got dimensional backings everywhere, and this goes right inside here. Oh, I put my bottle on crooked. Well, it is a poison bottle, right? Okay, like that. And then last thing, I'm just going to throw some candy corns on, because these guys are cute. There. Like so. There we go. See, I still am not thrilled, but I think it's because my Flirty Flamingo is too close of a color. If I go over that with my light Petunia Pie, I might make it a little bit messier, but maybe that'll also give it some contrast. Kind of got to know when to stop, and I do not know when to stop on this card. Oh, that did look a lot better. Okay, I'm happy with that. Debbie, happy anniversary. Married 49 years. Wow, good for you, girlfriend. That is very, very happy news. Are you going out to do anything fun? I'm just giving this whole thing a wink of Stella, And this Wink Estella, I think, is dry. Let me see if this one. I got to get on my refills, my refilling of my Wink Estellas. So I'm just adding a little bit. There. It's hard to see on the camera, the glitter, but it does make a big difference in person. Happy 49th anniversary. That is awesome. All right, so let's bring back in everything. Oh, I forgot my spooky too. Hold on. I got it right here. And I have my scrap. Okay, so let's just do that. And we'll do that one with a little bit of orange. Which is funny because I did the card back in Petunia Pot. But I'm really using the heck out of the Timid Tiger. So, but that's okay. So I'm going to just straight cut it. If it ends up being crooked, then I'll make it crooked, more crooked. So spooky, spooky. Spooky's the name of the game. Where we live out in the woods on a dirt road, so we don't get any trick-or-treaters. And can I just say, I love that. When we lived in town, we would get 300. So when we sold our house, we left the new owners a rake and a bag of candy because we moved on Halloween. And they thought that was so sweet. I said, well, you better get a couple more bags. So there's my two cards. They came out cute. And my box. And this one I will decorate after the camera. So let's look at, if you guys don't mind sticking around just for a minute, let me just, I want to open up the treat box kit. So I have not done that yet. I want to see, I loved those, I called them the Boo Box that we had, the treat boxes that were kind of like the matchbook, matchstick box with a sliding cover, and it had Boo and a fun ghost. I loved those, and I stocked up on those. So I was happy to see a nice treat box. Okay, so the kit comes with little Timid Tiger paper clips, minis, some tear and tape, and black and white twine. Ooh, some pretty gems. If you liked the iridescent gems that we used to have, these are star-shaped. A full sheet of dimensionals. And look at these boxes. The mail trucks do. On which stamp set? So here's a box, and it looks like you're just going to, like, if you've ever made a 2, 4, 6, 8 box, this is what this essentially is. So I don't know if the measurements are 2, 4, 6, 8, but it's the setup is the same way. So you do all your scoring, score on your flaps. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. Oh yeah, Stephanie, you know what I did is I had some still, and my daughter, that's a school teacher, runs an art club after school, and she came down and raided all of my extra paper pumpkins, and the kids just went crazy over those Boo boxes, which that makes me happy. I saved one more kit for myself though, just in case I needed it. I already did that at work, so I can't do that again. Well, I can, but I don't want to. Okay, so let's see. It's going to go together like so. And these make little milk cartons. And let me just look at the directions really quickly. Ooh, look at this one. That's fun. And then a haunted house one. Oh my gosh, the dies in here have a haunted house. And let me just look and see what that fold looks like. They're all going to fold the same way. So once you get the fold down, that works great. Okay, so now it says to add your sticky strip. Oops, tear and tape. And I'll use one that's already open because I have a lot of these little ones already started. So I'm going to put it on there. And like so. Okay. The nice thing about the 2468 box is it should just fold right up perfectly. Yep, it does. So you don't have to like worry about whether or not you're going to get that fold done. So it's got that nice flap, and then these are going to pinch in like so. Pinch in like so, and then you're going to take one of the paper clips. Do I want to stick that down? I will. It says to add like more tear and tape than you need on the directions here. We'll just add a couple strips. A big equal sign that's crooked too. Alright, so you can do that. Put your bone folder down inside. And did I do that the right way? And do it like so. What a cute box. That went together really quick, and look at how big. That's going to hold a lot of candy. So you can do like, and I could use the holographic bags if I want to, and I might, just because I don't know if I want to give them that big of candy. And I can do some shreddy in the bag and put it like that. And then it says you got tags that go with it. So you've got 3 different kinds of boxes. You got the haunted house ones, these holographic pumpkin and ghost ones, and you've got the stars, which is really fun. And then you have, oh my gosh, look at these cute tags. That is really nice. So they have you using a pink one with the stripes. Oh no, sorry, it's this one here. They have you using, it's kind of like a holographic-y pink. And then a big black one. Like so. And you're going to kind of do one of those. And then a big ghost. Let's see how friendly this ghost is. Oh, so cute. Oh my gosh, look at this. The eyes are holographic. So the ghost, isn't that fun? Look at that. There, you can see it. And the ghost is going to go out like that. Whee! Or I guess it goes down a little, like so. And you tie your bow and add your stars all around. And when you shut your box, here we'll just put a dimensional here to build our tag. So cute. If you have any littles, you know, this is perfect. You can have them make the tags for you. That's cute. And we'll put a dimensional, oh, and see, it has the little holes And see how it has it offset like that because it wants you to make your tag hanging out a little. We're hanging out, peeps. We're hanging out. Like so. Well, it has it doing that in the picture. I kind of like it hanging out a little, but we'll do it like the picture just because I want to show you how easy the directions make it. Oh yeah. Stephanie said it would be fun to die cut a window on one side to see inside the box. That sure would be good. Easy to do too. You put it on before. Nesting Essentials would fit. A little rectangle would fit there. What are these? Little sticks? Toothpicks? That's interesting. Have to see what that's all about. They're wooden sticks. Alright, so I got that. The other thing I like to do is I love to tie bows, guys. So I know that's a little weird. I'm going to do a double bow. Like so. That's my tail. There's my other tail. There it goes. So I've got my tails. Oh, I love it. And we'll cut the string. Oh, fun. And we'll spread them out a little bit. Like so. And then you can put it right over the hole to hide the hole. This says to add one dimensional down here. Oh my gosh, I'm getting all wrapped up in the extra twine. Okay, and then I put my hole right over. I almost put my dimensional. Whew, I just barely caught that one. And then I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to use a glue dot, even though they don't have glue dots in this kit. That's okay, because I have my handy dandy glue dot box. And I'm going to roll it up kind of like a tamale. Where did it go? Oh, it's still in the paper. Okay, roll it up kind of like a hot dog tamale. And I'm going to put it on right next to the hole, like so. You can see it right there. And then I'm going to take my bow and cover the hole, but it will still look like it's coming out of the hole, like so. I think it wanted me to thread it through because it said to only put one dimensional on, and I didn't. So we'll do it like that. And then you got your box, and you just do your paper clip at the top. Oh, these are hard. Maybe those are what the sticks are to get them started. Wowza. Those are tough. Oh, there. All right, like so. There. Isn't that cute? I love it. And then you can stamp your happy, or not happy, happy birthday, happy Halloween. It does not come with the stamp set. It comes with these tags. Let's see. There's no cutouts that have words. Maybe some of them are not meant to have words on them. Oh yeah, yes. Stephanie says the sticks are probably for threading. Yes, you are so clever. All right. Oh, I see. I got a banner that says Eek. Let's see what the box. Oh yeah, this one gets the banner that says Eek. Eek. And they have a little score line there, so it wants you to have it be able to fold out like that. So I'm going to put on my tear and tape right there. Oh, you know what? I'll just do it with the glue dots since these are right here. I got a lot of glue dots pulled out, which I don't usually do, but I had my class on Saturday and they don't quite understand how to just, you know, pull out one or two, and that's all you need. So if I do it like, where's my picture at? Yeah, sort of like the ghost's hands are on top of it. Oh, isn't that sweet, you guys? I love it. I'll hold it over the black because that helps you be able to see it. So there, you can make a box, or you can make a box using a kit. So these kits here retail for $23 or $24, so very reasonable. I think that's the price of the Halloween one. It might be less actually because it doesn't have a stamp, but probably because of all the holographs, it's probably 23-ish. Oh, and then it's got the stars, so I haven't done my stars yet, but that's okay. And then, so here's my other box that I can put a whole bunch of good stuff in it. Like so. And then my cards. So, very, very, very fun bundle. This is the Spooky Halloween bundle. And the dies. These are the little treat bags that come in the suite. And the dies have this fun haunted house and the fence and this cute little bat bookmarker. You know what this would be fun with is add a magnet and you have like a page marker. So that's great. Oh, the stick is for the flag? For my eek flag? Oh, yeah. Okay, hold the phone. Let's see. Gee whiz, guys. Thank you for helping me. I'm being like a total numbskull here. All right, so my flag looks like it just kind of goes like so. And we'll still use the glue dots. The glue dots are right here. And I'm going to add a second glue dot right here on my flag that I thought was a pop-up, and that's all right. And we'll fold it around like so. Oh gosh. $21. Thank you guys. This kit is $21 and it makes 15 little boxes. I think that's really a good value. Okay, so rule number one, make sure your pennant is going in the right direction. I don't know if I like this whole stick idea because I can't seem to do it. I'm stick challenged and I just broke my toothpick too. All right, let's see how we do. Like so. That's good enough. The eek is crooked, but that's all right because it's going on a ghost box. Like so. I don't think you need the stick, personally, but I'll add it. And I'm gonna add some glue for that. Like so. Okay. So now my stick is holding the flag. So cute. I think it's cute. Yes, the book, the little, Debbie said it's a bookmark. I don't know what I called it, a page thingy, I think I said. So, okay, you guys, that's about it for me because I'm exhausted. And let me just come back, even though my hair is a mess. Such a mess. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for chatting. You guys, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Check out Kim's auction tomorrow on Whatnot. And then if you can, come to mine on Saturday evening at 7:30. So, oh, I did another, here's another spooky bookmark. And this one, I did orange on the Timid Tiger. And I covered it before I die cut it with the Everyday Skies paper, because that has a lot of fun spooky sky. That's what I did this card with. The spooky, this DSP is all from the Everyday Skies 6x6 paper. So yeah. Okay, you guys, take care. Yeah, I know I'm packing to go somewhere, but I'm not going on a trip. But look at those circles under my eyes. We share it all here. Don't worry about it. You guys have a great night and a nice weekend. Well, hopefully I'll see you Saturday. And then Sunday morning, I have my scrapbooking at 10 a.m. I'm continuing my mom's 85th birthday pages. I showed her today and she goes, "Hey, that's me." I said, "Yes, I'm making an album of your birthday." And she was so touched. So that's what it's all about. Take care.